So the stock market might finally be catching up to some element of reality. US tech stocks sold off sharply after a 1-2 punch of MIT researchers warning that almost 100% of companies see zero return from AI pilots, and OpenAI's Sam Altman doing a variety of interviews and admitting that investors are probably overexcited about AI. The Nasdaq sold off quite a bit, which is the index that measures tech stocks specifically. Nvidia sank 3.5%, Palantir plunged nearly 10%, and AMD slid more than 5%. And these losses expose just how fragile the rally is when sentiment turns. It doesn't take much to have these stocks sell off. At the same time, Meta announced another shakeup to its AI division, splitting its superintelligence labs into 4 groups while quietly preparing to cut roles. And remember, they just spent billions of dollars on AI talent, and it just shows how chaotic the space has become and how quickly Mark Zuckerberg will turn if something's not working. See the metaverse. Defensive sectors like utilities and consumer staples rose while speculative AI names tanked, which is a very classic bubble rotation. But OpenAI apparently has a valuation of $500 billion, which would make it the most valuable private company in the world. Investors justify it by saying that if ChatGPT hits 2 billion users and charges $5 a month, that's $120 billion a year in revenue, enough to support a $1.5 trillion company. That's like a big if, especially after today. But this bubble is a bit different than the dot-com bubble. There's real infrastructure involved here. Sam Altman says that OpenAI will need to spend trillions of dollars on data centers and continue to do so. And of course, it's starting to create spikes in energy prices, which Trump is blaming on windmills. But it's kind of interesting because the entire real economy is sort of based around the success of these data centers. And if all of a sudden it does turn out to be a really big bubble, the real economy is at risk just as much as the stock market in some cases. And unlike pets.com, data centers don't just disappear. Things have been looking kind of sour for AI ever since ChatGPT 5 didn't go so well, and there's been these whispers of the AI hype being way overhyped. But it is a really weird problem where the real economy is really dependent on AI continuing to work, and the stock market is extraordinarily dependent on AI continuing to work. And if it doesn't work, something else will have to fill the void.